Let's prepare on the welded connections. So after finishing the riveted and bolted connection, now we have come for the welded connection. So this is the process of joining any two pieces of metals by another metal. So it is creating a metallurgical bond between them by heating process. Okay, so this is only called as welded connection. So generally it has some advantage and disadvantages also. The advantages are this method or this connection is very much stronger than the bolted and the riveted connection because it has the absence of holes, whereas in the bolted and rivet we'll be holding the metals. Here this is absent, so this increases the efficiency and strength of the section. And also it transfer, that is the welding enables the direct transfer of stress. So this is also another important point here. And the disadvantage is nothing but here it needs a skilled man only to doing this welding process, and there are some non-destructive evaluation also to be carried out to detect any error is there in the weld or not. Like that, if you want to detect means you should go for NDT test only. Okay, so these are some of the disadvantages. So now we will see some of the types of the welded connection. So the first one is the groove or butt connection, then fillet and slot, and the last one is plug. Okay, so the first groove or butt is nothing but it will be just a groove, that is a hole like thing is entered and the weld is filled there. Okay, and the next fillet method is nothing but it looks like a lap connection and the welds are given in one point and another point between the two plates. And the slot and plug is nothing but a hole is created. This is generally used for connecting two plates. So a hole is connected and the hole is filled with this weld. Okay, so if it is a square point and it is very small means we call it as the slot weld, and when it is having a larger hole or larger area to be filled means it is turned out into plug welding. Okay, so this is all the different types of the welded connection. So as we saw in the previous connections, many specifications, and at last we saw the design strength of that weld or that connection. No, similarly we'll be seeing for this welded connection also, but here we'll be seeing in detail for the groove, that is butt connection, and the fillet weld. Okay, so for these both around we'll be seeing in detail, and for slot and plug it is a general thing only. So first thing we are going to see is the size of the weld. So size of the weld here, it is equal to the effective throat thickness, which is denoted as TE. So which will be equal to 5 by 8 times the thickness of the thinner member. Okay, so if two members or two plates has to be connected means we should take the plate of very thinner size. So that size into 5 by 8 will give you the effective throat thickness. So this is for single V, single U and single bevel weld. Okay, so that at the diagrams I have drawn nearby itself you can see single V means the welding will be like this. So here at this point the welds will be done. Okay, so single U means it will be U-shaped groove will be there, and single bevel means in one plate alone the bevel will be given for one side. In the same case, if you see for double V, double U and double bevel methods means the size of the weld will be directly equal to the thickness of the thinner member. Okay, so this is the difference between these both. And then if we see the effective sectional area, so this is also another important point. So the sectional area will be equal to length of the weld into the effective throat thickness. And here comes the strength. So here there are two strengths, axial and shear strength. So normally this butt weld will be having a failure in the along the axial area only. So it is denoted as TDW will be equal to Fy L TE by gamma MW. So F we know it is the yield stress. So here you should take the smaller yield stress of weld and the parent metal. Okay, so here what does this weld and the parent metal, no? So what does this means the parent metal may be two plates they'll be giving with the MPa value for that. So the tensile strength will be 410 MPa like that they'll be giving. But for weld generally they'll be using 250 MPa only. So okay, so now we are having for weld metal as 250 and for the plate metal it is 410. So you should take the smaller of that both. So it is 250. So you should take that only as the Fy value here. And length of the weld will be given in the question. Te is the effective throat thickness. So if it is these types of WVW means you should go for the direct thickness. If it is single V single U means you should multiply it with 5 by 8, and then by gamma MW, so it's the factor of safety. So here for shop welding it should be given as 1.25, and for field weld it should be taken as 1.5. If in the question they have not mentioned anything about this means you can assume it is a shop weld and you can take 1.25 as the value here. And the next thing is the shear strength. So this is also similar to that formula. The same formula is only given here. The only change is for Fy there we have taken the yield stress. No, here we will be taking the smaller of the shear stress of the weld and the parent metal. The shear strength how we should find means it is nothing but the ultimate that is the yield stress divided by root 3 for the weld, that is 250 by root 3. And for plates if it is 410 means it is 410 by root 3. So that is the simple difference. So you will be getting the shear strength here. So that's all about the butt weld. Next we are going to see about the fillet weld. So fillet weld, first let us see the size of the weld. So it is the distance from the root to the toe of the fillet weld. So that only we mean the size of the weld. So here the minimum size of the weld, it's based on the thickness of the thicker part. That is, if two plates or two steel plates has to be connected means the thicker parts thickness should be taken, and based on that only the minimum size of the weld is going to change here. So generally the minimum value is 3 mm for up to 10 mm thicker part, and if it is 10 to 20 mm means 5 mm, 20 to 32 mm means 6 mm, and 32 to 50 mm means it's 8 or 10 will be taken as the value. Okay, so this is for minimum size of the weld. When you are going for the maximum size of the weld, so it is based on two types. So one is the plates having the square edge, and another one is having the plates having a rolled edge. So rolled edge means it is for the rolled sections. Okay, so for square edge what should be the thing means the thickness of that plate minus 1.5 mm should be the maximum size of the weld. So that is only I have drawn here. And for rolled section it should be what means the thickness of that rolled section. No, so out of that thickness the maximum value of the weld can be 3 by 4th of that thickness. So these both are the maximum size of the weld that can be adopted for this fillet weld. The next thing we are going to see is the effective throat thickness. So there in the previous weld we'll be saying a size will be equal to 5 by 8 of the thickness. No? So here also there is one connection, that is nothing but a K, a constant factor is used here. So the effective throat thickness will be equal to K into the size of the weld. Okay, so the K is differing based on the angle between the fusion faces, that is the plates we are going to be welded. So it is when it is 60 to 90 degree the K value will be 0.7. When it is 90 to 100 degree it is 0.65. 101 to 106 degree it is 0.6. 107 to 113 it is 0.55, and 114 degree to 120 degree it is 0.5. So these values are increasing in the order of 0.05, so you can just remember that. So here you can see the minimum value is 60 degree and the maximum value is 120 degree. So this means that this type of weld can be used for the fusion angles when it is from 60 to 120 degree. And the next thing is the effective length. So here the effective length will be equal to the length of the fillet minus 2 times the size of the weld. So the minimum effective length that can be provided is 4 times the size of the weld and 40 mm whichever is higher. So these values are important, so they will be asking this. So just remember these values. Okay, so just I have given an example here so that you will be clear. So two plates of size 8 mm. So this is 8 mm and 12 mm are to be welded. Find the size of the weld that has to be provided. Okay, so here two plates, one is 8 mm and one is 12 mm is given. For finding the size of the weld, first you should be known with the thicker plates value, because based on the thicker plate only we have decided the minimum thickness. So we saw a tabular column before, no? So based on that we should fix the thicker plate. So for thicker plate it is 12 mm. So 12 mm means we have the range of 10 to 20 mm will be having 5 mm as the minimum size of the well. So we can adopt the minimum size as 5 mm. Okay. Then we have to see the maximum size. So as I told, if it is a square plate means it should be the size of that plate minus 1.5 mm should be the maximum size. So here the size, that is the thinner plate size, should be taken here in this maximum plate. So here it is 8 minus 1.5 mm, which will give you 6.5 mm. So the minimum is 5 and the maximum 6.5 mm. So we can adopt 6 mm welt as the medium value for this question. Okay. The next thing is the end return. So end return is nothing but when the fillet weld is terminating at the end, it should be returned around the corner again. So this is for a safety purpose, for a distance not less than 2 times the size of the well. So why we should do this means to relieve the high stress concentration at the ends, we are returning it again around the corner. Okay. So this value, it should be not less than 2 times the S is important. And then the minimum overlapping distance, so it should not be less than 4 times the thickness of that is the effective throat thickness, or 40 mm, whichever is higher. And then the intermediate fillet weld, so this is the clear spacing between the intermediate weld. So when the weld we are providing is not sufficient, we will be going for intermediate welding. So the spacing should be 12 times thickness or 20 mm, whichever is less for compression member, and 16T or 20 mm, 200 mm, whichever is lesser for the tension members. So now only we have come for the design part. So the design strength will be equal again to, it's similar to the previous formula, length into thickness into the effective stress, or the ultimate stress, divided by root 3 into gamma mw. So the root 3 we have seen in the shear strength formula. No? The same thing is only they have written here as root 3 here. So that's all with the fillet weld. So now let us go for the plug and slot weld. So for these types of weld, the complete specification or detailed specification is not given. So only knowing these 3 important points are enough for this plug and slot weld. So here the width and the diameter of the weld should not be less than 3 times the thickness of the plate, or 25 mm, whichever is higher. And then the corner at the enclosed ends, no, so it should be rounded with the radius of not less than 1.5 times the T, or 12 mm, whichever is higher. So here this T, no, so this means the thickness of the upper plate. Okay. And the next point is the distance between the edges of the plates and the slot should not be less than 2 times the thickness of the upper plate. Thank you, and keep watching for the next lecture on eccentric connections.